Understanding the dynamics of sex attraction and loyalty is one of the most important lessons a man can learn in relationships. These are subjects often clouded by societal myths, personal biases, and misinformation, which can lead to frustration, heartbreak, and confusion. To navigate relationships effectively, a man must be grounded in reality, aware of human psychology, and clear about his own values and boundaries. This speech will explore essential truths about women, loyalty, and sexual dynamics, helping you approach relationships with clarity and self-respect. Women's emotional needs play a central role in relationships, and understanding that loyalty is deeply tied to emotional connection is crucial for any man who wants to foster meaningful bonds. While physical attraction may spark initial interest, it is the sense of security, reliability, and emotional engagement that determines whether a relationship deepens and lasts over time. Emotional connection is not just about listening or being present superficially. It is about demonstrating consistent empathy, understanding, and responsiveness to a woman's feelings and needs. When a man can provide this stability and attentiveness, he signals that he is trustworthy, capable of commitment, and emotionally mature, all qualities that naturally encourage loyalty. A key aspect of emotional connection is the ability to make a woman feel understood and valued. This requires active listening, paying attention to both verbal and non-verbal cues, and responding thoughtfully. Men who practice this skill communicate that they are present and engaged, which fosters a sense of security. Women are often highly attuned to subtle emotional signals, and they can detect insincerity or neglect. When a man fails to respond empathetically, it can create distance and doubt, which may diminish loyalty over time. Conversely, consistent emotional responsiveness builds trust and encourages a woman to invest emotionally in the relationship, creating a strong foundation for mutual respect and devotion. Emotional connection also involves creating an environment where vulnerability is safe. Women are more likely to remain loyal to men who provide a space where they can express themselves without fear of judgment, ridicule, or rejection. This sense of safety is generated through consistent behavior, calm composure, and authentic interest in her thoughts and feelings. Men who dismiss, belittle, or ignore emotional expression inadvertently signal that they are unreliable or self-centered, which undermines attachment. Loyalty is less about obligation and more about the confidence a woman feels in the emotional stability of the man she chooses to invest in. Another important factor is consistency. Emotional connection and security are reinforced through predictable and dependable behavior. Women are more inclined to stay committed when they know that a man will act with integrity, respond with care, and maintain composure during challenges. Unpredictable moods, neglect, or emotional volatility can erode trust and weaken attachment, regardless of physical attraction. Consistency in actions and responses signals reliability and creates a stable environment in which loyalty can thrive. Additionally, emotional connection is intertwined with respect. A woman's sense of loyalty strengthens when she feels respected, heard, and valued. Respect is communicated through attentive listening, validation of her experiences, and consideration of her perspective. When a man demonstrates genuine respect consistently, it enhances her sense of security, deepens her attachment, and encourages long-term commitment. Ultimately, women value men who provide both attraction and emotional security. While physical appeal may ignite initial interest, loyalty is cultivated through empathy, attentiveness, and consistent emotional support. Men who understand and prioritize this dynamic create relationships built on trust, stability, and mutual respect, making loyalty a natural outcome of their presence and behavior. Sexual energy is one of the most powerful forces in human interaction, and how a man expresses and manages it can have a profound impact on attraction, respect, and loyalty in relationships. Many men underestimate the subtle influence that sexual energy has on a woman's perception of them, focusing only on immediate gratification or superficial pursuit. In reality, sexual energy is a tool that can either enhance connection and admiration or erode trust and respect, depending on how it is applied. Understanding this dynamic is essential for men who wish to cultivate long-term loyalty rather than fleeting attention. A key aspect of sexual energy is confidence. Women are naturally drawn to men who demonstrate self-assuredness in their sexual demeanor. This does not mean arrogance or entitlement. It means understanding one's own value, being comfortable with one's desires, and expressing them in a controlled and respectful manner. Confidence in sexual energy communicates strength, self-sufficiency, and decisiveness. all of which are attractive traits. When a man approaches sexual dynamics with confidence and composure, he signals that he is capable of handling intimacy responsibly, which fosters trust and admiration. Another critical factor is restraint. Men who are overeager, overly aggressive, or impulsive in pursuing sexual encounters often undermine their own attractiveness and the potential for loyalty. Women are highly attuned to energy and behavioral cues, and excessive neediness or pressure can signal insecurity or lack of self-control. Conversely, a man who exhibits patience, discretion, and measured engagement demonstrates emotional maturity. This balance between desire and control not only heightens intrigue, but also conveys that the man values more than just immediate gratification. He values connection, respect, and long-term potential. Sexual energy also function as a communication tool. Non-verbal cues such as body language, tone of voice, eye contact, and subtle gestures transmit confidence, intention, and interest more effectively than words alone. When used wisely, these cues can create tension, anticipation, and attraction without overwhelming or manipulating. A man who understands how to project energy without forcing it encourages admiration and desire while maintaining a sense of respect and balance. This skill strengthens the emotional and psychological bond, which is critical for fostering loyalty. It is also important to recognize that sexual energy carries responsibility. Misusing it through infidelity, manipulation, or inconsideration can quickly destroy trust and diminish loyalty. Women are more likely to remain devoted to men who demonstrate ethical and respectful behavior in sexual matters, as this signals integrity and reliability. Loyalty is rarely maintained through charm or physical prowess alone. It requires that sexual energy be expressed thoughtfully, with awareness of its influence on both partners. Ultimately, sexual energy is a tool that must be understood, controlled, and expressed with intention. When managed correctly, it enhances attraction, builds anticipation, and deepens emotional and psychological bonds. A man who can project confidence, exercise restraint, communicate effectively through non-verbal cues, and honor the responsibility inherent in sexual interaction naturally inspires admiration, desire, and loyalty. Recognizing the power of sexual energy and using it wisely is essential for creating relationships that are both passionate and committed. Loyalty is one of the most misunderstood aspects of human relationships, particularly when it comes to romantic connections. Many men operate under the assumption that loyalty can be purchased or secured through material offerings, attention, or favors. While these gestures may create temporary interest or affection, they do not guarantee genuine, long-lasting devotion. True loyalty is earned through consistent behavior, emotional reliability, integrity, and respect. Understanding this distinction is essential for men who want to foster meaningful, committed relationships rather than superficial or transactional ones. One of the foundational elements of earning loyalty is demonstrating consistent respect. Women are highly attuned to whether their partners value them as individuals beyond appearance, sexual attraction, or material contributions. Respect manifests in various ways: listening actively, acknowledging opinions and feelings, treating boundaries seriously, and appreciating contributions in the relationship. A man who consistently demonstrates respect communicates that he values the woman as a whole person, which in turn fosters emotional attachment and trust. Over time, these repeated behaviors reinforce the perception of reliability and worthiness, laying the groundwork for loyalty. Integrity is another crucial factor. Women are drawn to men whose actions align with their words and principles. Integrity is demonstrated by keeping promises, honoring commitments, and being honest even when the truth may be difficult. A man who acts with integrity signals that he is dependable and principled, creating an environment where a woman feels safe investing emotionally. When integrity is lacking through dishonesty, manipulation, or inconsistency, trust erodes quickly and loyalty becomes fragile. It is not material wealth or constant attention that sustains loyalty, but the certainty that a man can be relied upon and trust over time. Another key component is demonstrating emotional support without expectation. Women notice when a man is genuinely present for them, not as a transaction or strategy, but as an authentic expression of care. Supporting her aspirations, acknowledging her feelings, and providing encouragement establishes a deeper connection. Loyalty thrives in environments where emotional reciprocity and understanding are present, not in relationships where attention is conditional or driven by obligation. Ultimately, loyalty is earned through a combination of respect, integrity, consistency, and emotional presence. It cannot be purchased, demanded, or manipulated. It develops naturally when a woman recognizes that a man is trustworthy, principled, and emotionally reliable. Men who internalize this truth and consistently act with these qualities cultivate devotion, admiration, and long-term attachment, creating relationships that are both meaningful and resilient. Communication and boundaries are essential pillars in any meaningful relationship, and they play a critical role in fostering loyalty and trust between a man and a woman. While many men focus on attraction, charm, or material offerings, they often overlook how clarity and structure in interactions can profoundly influence a woman's perception of reliability and commitment. Clear communication ensures that intentions, desires, and expectations are understood, while well-defined boundaries create a framework of respect and self-respect. Together, these elements cultivate an environment where loyalty can naturally develop and thrive. Effective communication begins with transparency and honesty. A man who openly expresses his thoughts, feelings, and intentions signals that he is trustworthy and emotionally mature. Women are particularly attuned to subtle cues of sincerity, and inconsistency or evasiveness can quickly erode trust. Transparent communication is not just about avoiding deception, it is about creating a space where both partners understand each other's values, priorities, and expectations. When a man clearly articulates his perspective, it reduces misunderstandings, prevents false assumptions, and demonstrates respect for the woman's emotional intelligence. This foundation of clarity is crucial for building loyalty, because a woman feels confident that she is engaging with a partner whose actions and words align. Equally important are boundaries, which reflect self-respect and mutual respect. Boundaries define what is acceptable and unacceptable in a relationship, helping both partners navigate interactions without conflict or resentment. When a man establishes and maintains clear boundaries, whether emotional, physical, or behavioral, he communicates that he values himself and his principles. This sense of self-respect is highly attractive, as it signals strength and integrity. Women are naturally drawn to men who respect themselves because it implies that they will also respect the woman's needs and limits. Conversely, men who lack boundaries or to enforce them often create environments of confusion or imbalance, which undermines trust and diminishes loyalty. Communication and boundaries also work together to create emotional safety. A woman is more likely to invest in loyalty when she feels secure expressing her thoughts, feelings, and vulnerabilities. Clear communication ensures that she understands where the man stands, while boundaries prevent manipulative or harmful behavior. This combination fosters an environment in which she can be authentic and confident in the relationship. Emotional safety reinforces attachment, deepens connection, and encourages long-term commitment, because the woman knows that her investment will be met with respect and understanding. Furthermore, effective communication is not only verbal. Non-verbal cues like tone, body language, and timing reinforce the clarity and sincerity of interactions. A man who is attentive, patient, and responsive without being controlling demonstrates emotional intelligence, which strengthens loyalty. Similarly, consistently enforcing boundaries with calm authority reflects confidence and self-control, qualities that inspire admiration and trust. Ultimately, communication and boundaries are indispensable for cultivating loyalty. They provide clarity, protect emotional integrity, and create an environment where trust can flourish. A man who masters these aspects demonstrates reliability, self-respect, and emotional maturity, making him not only attractive but genuinely worthy of devotion. Independence and purpose are among the most compelling qualities that make a man attractive and capable of inspiring loyalty. While charm, looks, and superficial gestures may capture initial attention, it is a man's sense of direction, self-sufficiency, and engagement with life that sustains long-term admiration and emotional investment. Women are naturally drawn to men who demonstrate that they have their own lives, goals, and passions, because this signals strength, self-confidence, and a life that is not dependent on validation from others. Independence and purpose communicate value beyond mere presence, making a man not only desirable but worthy of loyalty and respect. Purpose provides a man with clarity and focus in his actions and decisions. A man who knows what he wants and actively pursues his goals exudes confidence and decisiveness. This clarity is magnetic because it signals that he is not reactive or aimless, but intentional in shaping his life. Women instinctively recognize that a man with purpose can lead himself effectively, manage challenges, and offer stability in a relationship. Purpose-driven men are less likely to become desperate for approval or cling to validation, which enhances their perceived value and naturally encourages loyalty from partners who appreciate reliability and vision. Independence complements purpose by demonstrating self-sufficiency and emotional resilience. A man who has his own passions, interests, and social life communicates that he is not dependent on others for his sense of identity or happiness. This detachment is appealing because it shows that his commitment or attention is given willingly rather than out of necessity. Women are more likely to be loyal to men who choose to invest in the relationship from a place of strength rather than neediness. Independence fosters mutual respect as both partners engage as whole, fulfilled individuals rather than as codependent entities. The combination of purpose and independence also enhances attraction because it creates a sense of intrigue and confidence. A man fully immersed in his goals and interests radiates energy and vitality, making him dynamic and compelling. This vitality is contagious and draws others toward him emotionally and psychologically. Women respond positively to men who inspire curiosity and admiration through their ambition and self-driven accomplishments, which strengthens loyalty as the connection is built on genuine respect rather than superficial charm. Additionally, men with purpose and independence handle challenges with composure. Life inevitably presents obstacles, and a man who maintains focus on his goals while managing stress with calm authority communicates resilience and competence. Women are instinctively drawn to such traits because they signal security, reliability, and long-term stability. Loyalty is fostered in environments where trust in a partner's ability to handle life's pressures is evident, reinforcing emotional attachment and admiration. Ultimately, independence and purpose make a man irresistible because they demonstrate self-respect, confidence, and control over his life. These qualities attract admiration, inspire emotional investment, and foster loyalty because they show that his attention and commitment are choices made from strength rather than obligation. A man who cultivates purpose and independence naturally commands respect, evokes desire, and creates meaningful, lasting relationships. Respect, integrity, and personal presence are the combination of all the qualities that make a man truly irresistible and worthy of loyalty, while confidence, emotional intelligence, sexual energy, purpose, and independence form the foundation of attraction. It is the consistent demonstration of respect and integrity combined with an undeniable presence that solidifies long-term admiration and trust. These qualities are interrelated and reinforce one another. Respect ensures that interactions are meaningful and considerate. Integrity guarantees that actions align with words and values, and personal presence conveys confidence, energy, and influence in every situation. Together, they create a holistic aura of magnetism that naturally draws others toward a man. Respect is a cornerstone of any relationship. It goes beyond simple politeness. It is the consistent acknowledgement of the other person's value, boundaries, and individuality. A man who demonstrates respect listens attentively, validates feelings, and treats women as autonomous, capable individuals rather than objects of desire or means to an end. Respect is communicated through words, tone, body language, and actions. When a man consistently shows respect, women feel safe, understood, and appreciated. This safety and recognition build trust and emotional attachment, which are essential components of loyalty. Without respect, attraction may exist temporarily, but genuine devotion is unlikely to develop or endure. Integrity amplifies respect by ensuring consistency between words and actions. A man who acts with integrity is reliable, honest, and principled. He keeps promises, honors commitments, and behaves ethically even when no one is watching. Integrity communicates that a man is trustworthy, capable of responsibility, and morally grounded. Women naturally gravitate toward men whose actions align with their values because this alignment fosters confidence in the relationship stability. Conversely, inconsistency, manipulation, or dishonesty undermines trust, erodes loyalty, and diminishes attraction. Integrity is the proof behind respect. It shows that a man's words are not empty, but backed by dependable behavior. Personal presence is the subtle, non-verbal quality that signals confidence, vitality, and emotional command. It encompasses posture, eye contact, tone of voice, grooming, and overall energy. Presence communicates self-assuredness and awareness, even without speaking. A man with strong presence draws attention effortlessly, commands respect in social situations, and conveys that he values himself and his surroundings. This magnetism enhances all other qualities: respect, integrity, confidence, and purpose, by making them visible and palpable. Presence is not about superficial charm. It is the natural projection of inner strength, authenticity, and self-respect. Together, respect, integrity, and personal presence form the ultimate combination for attraction. Trustworthy and irresistible. These qualities are not temporary tools, but enduring traits that cultivate lasting loyalty and admiration. By mastering them, a man ensures that his relationships are built on solid foundations of trust, value, and mutual respect, making him genuinely irresistible in every sense of the word.